everybody, and welcome back to another Coliseum featured company update. Today, I'm really excited to have back Steve Mullowney, CEO of Tanzania Gold. Steve, thanks so much for being here, and we really appreciate you taking some time out of your schedule to speak to us today. Just going to dive right into the questions. And when we last spoke, you mentioned one of your strategic pillars was expanding near-term production. Just wondering if you might be able to comment on the 360 per day oxide plant expansion. How is it progressing, and when do you expect it to be operational?
Well, Chris, thank you for having me again. It's great to be here, and it's great to provide your audience an update on what we're doing. So with regards to our 360 ton per day expansion, the plant is predominantly complete. The tanks, CIL tanks are up, the ball mill is on its pad. Tailings facility is well advanced in the permitting stage. We can utilize existing tailings in the interim. And we should be in wet commissioning over the next couple of weeks on that particular plant, and we're very excited. We got a stockpile crush ore next to the mill ready to go through. So we're very excited to get that particular project off the ground. As we mentioned before, 10% of our resources are in the oxides. We've gotten good recoveries on our test plant, as we released a couple of weeks ago, 90% recoveries when we put through a consistent grind size and 30-hour retention time. And that's given us the go-ahead to increase our production to 1,000 to 1,200 tons per day facility. And we're going to move forward with that program. We're now evaluating whether to continue to self-build it like we have with the 360 ton per day, or to go with an EPC contract. And we'll provide the market with an update on that. In the near term. It costs us around 1.5, 1.6 million for our 360 ton per day plant. So we're pretty excited for the whole program, to be quite honest. So the larger plant will get us to 15 to 20,000 ounces per annum.
So TanGold has had a series of recent exciting exploration discoveries ranging from Buckreef West to the more recent Anfield Zone. Can you comment, Stephen, on a potential drilling program to unlock the value at these discoveries, and how this might actually add to the already robust 2.6 million ounces located in the resource profile?
Yeah, no, Chris, look, one thing that always brings a smile to my face and as a junior mining executive is potential upside on exploration. So as I mentioned before, we were always excited for what we had in our main zone, because it's open to the northeast, open at depth. There's high-grade chutes, so we'll eventually go underground, and it's open to the south. So we got a lot of resource upside in our main zone. But the real excitement, too, is adding to that. In Buckreef West, we got good drill hole results on both the oxides and the sulfides. We need to do an infill drill program on that. And then when we really got out and started exploring our property, we noticed artisanal workings along a 2.5 kilometer strike in what we call now the Anfield Zone, which has great grab samples. In one was 37 grams a ton, another one it was 25 grams a ton, and significant artisanal workings in that region. We're excited because that's anchored towards a historical deposit in the Eastern Porphyry and a Chinese mining operation that's off of our property. So we're really excited to get a drill bit into that. We're putting together an exploration program for that now, and we'll update the market on how we plan to go block and tackle those two exciting opportunities along with our main zone. There's a drill rig on site now, but the focus in the next month or so is on PQ holes for the first 1 to 5 years of the sulfide project.
So to say that TanGold has had a series of recent exciting exploration discoveries ranging from Buckreef West to the more recent Anfield Zone is a bit of an understatement, I would say, Stephen. You probably would agree. But I was just wondering if you can comment on the potential drilling program to unlock the value at these discoveries, and how this might actually add to the already robust 2.6 million ounce resource profile.
Well, Chris, thank you for that question. Look, as a exploration potential, it always brings a smile to my face. So we were always comfortable as an executive team what we had in the main zone. The main zone's open to the northeast, good drill hole results there, and extendable. It's open down at depth, and it's open to the south. So we were always comfortable with what's happening in the main zone. But then to have Buckreef West come along, which is adjacent to the main zone, and have good drill hole results, which we need to infill. And those drill hole results are both in the oxides and the sulfides. And then the cream on the icing on the cake in Anfield with large artisanal workings through that region, and there's a stream there that there's not a lot of artisanal activity right now. With great grab samples in the range of 37 grams a ton for one sample. I believe another one was 25 grams a ton, and it's a 2.5 kilometer strike length. We're extremely excited. That's anchored by a historical discovery in the Eastern Porphyry, and there's a Chinese mine offside off our special mining license, and that goes right along the whole band of it. Extremely excited to put together a drill program from that, an exploration program, and stay tuned for the exciting news around it. We have a drill rig on site right now, but its focus right now over the last month and in the next month is on the PQ holes for the metallurgical program that will be sent to SGS for the follow up on the preliminary metallurgical work that SGS did in the spring, and then we'll start to get into broader exploration thereafter.
Well, that really is exciting news, and we can't wait to get further updates on that. But given that the sulfide portion of the deposit represents 90% of the current resource, could you just speak to the feasibility project work you are undertaking to advance this development?
Yeah, so as you rightfully said, 90% of the resources currently in the main zone are in the sulfide project. And as I mentioned in my previous answer, there's a drill rig on site now doing PQ holes, and that should be finished in the next month to 2 months. And SGS will further the metallurgical study as a follow-on to the preliminary metallurgical study. I really rephrased this over the last couple of months. It's not a matter of if we're going to mine the sulfides, it's a matter of when and how big that project will be. So we're going to do all the prerequisite work of converting resources to reserves, doing water balance studies, species at risk, assessing the tailings and confirming that they will be amenable to dry stack. Remember, there was no preg rubbing, there was no acid generating on the tails, and there was no refractory ore. So we had good results from the preliminary met study. We're hopeful for that, and then moving all of that sort of stuff together into a package to give the market a sense of how valuable the main zone is. And as I mentioned in the previous answer, what we're talking about here doesn't include Buckreef West or include Anfield. So very excited because we got a development project as well as an exploration project at the same time.
So Stephen, finally, what are some key catalysts in your opinion and timelines that we can watch out for the duration of this year and well into next year?
Yeah, so some of the key catalysts is, as you know, if anybody's following our story, there's a lot going on and it's going very quickly. So our key catalyst is we're going to put our 360 ton per day plant into commissioning over the next couple of weeks. Wet commissioning will start, then into live production. Also, we'll be finalizing our decision on how we're going to build out the larger 1,000 to 1,200 ton per day facility and what that will look like. Another catalyst is the PQ holes and the MET study with regards to the sulfide project. And also the exploration program around the main zone, Buckreef West, and always puts a smile on my face, Anfield. So a lot really going on, and a lot that's going to happen over the next year. And the management team is pumped and extremely excited for everything that's happening.
Well, that's really exciting, Stephen. And listen, just the smile on your face really says it all. There's got to be some even more bigger things coming down the pipe. And we're just really excited to continue on with the story and have you come back on and give us some more updates. Thanks again, Stephen. And until next time, we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you, Chris, and have a great day.